The Air Adventures of Biggles.
Dr. Augustus Duck, quickly dubbed Donald by Bertie, puts an intriguing proposition to Biggles and his friends, but unfortunately they're unable to accept it. He wants them to accompany him to an island which recently has been thrown to the surface from the bed of the Atlantic Ocean. As air police, they can scarcely take on what is really a charter pilot's job. However, Biggles' interest is quickened when a man named Howard Coleman calls on him and warns him not to go with the queer old biologist. Biggles decides to learn more about the island and about Mr. Howard Coleman. That night he calls on Dr. Duck. But before he can learn anything from him, there's a warning from Algy at the window.
There's a man below. Move, Doctor!
Gracious!
Away from the window, both of you. I'll switch out the light.
Surely that's shooting, isn't it, us?
My word it is. We're going to find that bloke, Algy.
But, Inspector...
You stay here, Donald. Keep the light out and don't go near the window. Come along, Algy.
There he is, still staring up at the house.
Get a wriggle on, and we'll nab him.
He's seen us.
Stop! Stop, you!
There's no use, Biggles. He's going for his life.
Give it one more throttle. We've got to catch him. Can't see the bladder anywhere.
I'm sure he ducked down this lane.
So confoundedly dark down there.
He wouldn't have had time to make the street at the other end, would he?
Nowhere near it. I'd say he's about halfway down.
Then if we keep moving down, we'll find him.
Unless he's hopped into one of the houses.
I don't think there are any doorways here.
Nevertheless, keep your eyes skinned. If he shot at old Donald, he won't hesitate to shoot at us. Take it slowly, Algy, and very carefully.
Roger. There he is, in the shadow beyond the light.
He's away again. After him, Algy! Must catch him before he reaches the street. Too many people there, we'll lose him.
Gaining on him.
He's nearly to the corner, though. Faster! Right, old chum, you can give up. We're on to you.
Keep back, will you? Back or I'll plug you.
That's what you think. Good man, Algy. Lovely tackle. Help me, Biggles. He's strong as an ox. I'm with you. Hang on to him. I'll twist this gun out of his hand.
Let me go, will you? Take your hands off me, you swine!
You'll land a fist if you're not careful. Watch him, Algy. Don't let him slip away.
Hurry up with that gun. Don't think I can pin him much longer.
Got it. Righto, you can let him go. On your feet, chum, and don't do anything foolish. I can use a gun as well as you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never used that gun in my life. No? Who was it tried to kill Dr. Duck tonight? Never heard of him.
You pulled it on us. That was enough. Who are you?
None of your business.
It's very much our business. If it'll make you any happier, we're police.
Perishing roses. I might have known you'd get on my back for doing nothing.
Now, you're going to tell me who you are?
You can go to the devil.
Who was it paid you to shoot at Dr. Duck? Howard Coleman?
I don't know him. I don't know you. I don't know nothing.
Perhaps he'll know more at the police station, Biggles. There's one not far from here.
Good idea. Move aside, please, people. Nothing to be excited about. We're police. We caught this man committing a crime, and now we're taking him round to the station. Please move aside. Make way for us.
Blimey, look at that car. Look at it, you run someone, John. You run, I stand, you mean? He's swinging into the lane. Look out,
Ah, the blinking lunatic. You all right? Yes. Threw myself aside just in time. Now, hey, where's that thug?
You've lost him, copper. He shot through while you were saving your skin.
Confound it. He must have escaped through the crowd. Why the blazes didn't some of you stop him?
Never mind now, Algy. We've lost him. Let's go back to old Donald Duck and make sure he's safe.
Oh, dear me, this is a dreadful business. I can't understand it at all.
Neither can I, yet. But I'm going to before I'm through.
But why should anybody shoot at us? We're merely standing by the window.
He didn't shoot at us, Doctor. He shot at you.
At me? Oh, my goodness, that's hard to believe, you know. I'm sure I've never been shot at before.
It isn't a practice I'd indulge in. Eventually, one of the shots might stick.
But who would have done it?
Our thug with the broken nose did the actual shooting. But I doubt if he has enough brains to have thought it out himself.
You think he was hired to do it?
Probably. He was put up to it anyway. And I suspect by the bloke who nearly ran us down.
Well, that's a bit far-fetched. You can't jump to conclusions just because a lunatic driver swings around a corner a bit fast.
He deliberately swung round that corner, and the trick worked. While we jumped for safety, the thug got away.
Yes.
There's no question of it, Algy. There was a car like that one parked outside the front door when we dashed out.
Watching for the effect of the shooting?
I should say so. It's quite easy to reconstruct the incident. Mr. X, the big boss, wants to kill Dr. Duck. So he hires a professional gunman for the job. The gunman posts himself in the street outside and waits for the doctor to show himself at the window while Mr. X drives up and waits nearby to see that nothing comes unstuck.
But something does come unstuck. I see the thug push Donald out of the way, and then we rush down to find the gunman.
That's it. The thug bolts with us after him, and Mr. X trails us in a car. At a suitable moment, he nearly wipes us from the face of the earth and gives his thug the opportunity to escape.
This is all most bewildering, Inspector. Who are these people? Donald and the thug and Mr. X?
Well, Donald is,
Mr. X is the important bloke. He's your enemy.
Yes, the thug we've seen. He's a hulking great brute with a split lip and a broken nose.
Split lip and a Oh, dear me, I'm sure I've seen someone answering that description quite recently.
Have you, by Jove? Who was it? Please try to remember, Doctor.
Just wait a minute. It was only a day or so ago. Yesterday, I think. Yes, it was yesterday.
You remember him?
It was the chauffeur. Nasty man. Kept glaring at me while Coleman was talking.
Who was talking?
Howard Coleman. He drove me home from my club yesterday. Said he wanted to discuss something with me.
Your trip to the island?
Oh, yes, I think it was. Yes, of course. He tried to dissuade me from going.
This begins to make sense. We can identify Mr. X pretty easily. All we need to know is why Coleman is interested in the island.
Oh, I don't think he's interested, no. He seemed to think it'll be a most unhealthy place.
Did he tell you it'd be unhealthy for you?
Yes. He didn't seem to think I'd find anything there, and he thought it would be a very dangerous trip for a man of my age. Oh, it was very nice of him to worry, but he was quite wrong, of course. I told him that nothing would change my mind.
And you told him you were going to engage me as your pilot?
I think I did mention your name to him. I'll try to remember for you.
Don't bother, Doctor. Who is Howard Coleman?
Oh, surely you've heard of Coleman. He's quite an eminent historian. Personally, I don't care much for the fellow. Always seems rather ruthless to me, but he's a most learned man in his field.
A historian?
But surely there's nothing historical about this island of yours, is there, Doctor?
Oh, dear me, no. No, it's quite new. Probably hasn't been on the surface of the ocean for more than a week.
Then why the blazes should Coleman be so eager to go there?
I don't think he is. I told you he thinks it's unhealthy.
Unhealthy for you, Doctor. And he implied that we wouldn't live long if we went there. But that's just a trick to keep us away. There's some reason why Howard Coleman wants to make the island unhealthy for everyone but himself. And I'm very curious to know what that reason is.
Yes, here are the books, gentlemen. And, of course, I've brought along this pile of magazines. And you'll notice I trust that I've marked the pages that I believe will interest you most.
Gosh, there's a pile of them, isn't there?
Oh, of course, yes. Our library has the world's finest collection of literature on this particular subject. And I think, gentlemen, when you've studied those publications, if you come back to me, I'll be able to find some more for you.
Oh, no, I mean to say sizzling sausages. I rather think these will do us nicely, Old Bean, thanks very much. I mean to say, we don't want to become very experts on submarine islands.
Gentlemen, please. Shh.
What's that?
I really must ask you to keep your voices down.
Oh, I say.
This reading room is a place for quiet study. There must be no sound at all, you understand, please?
Oh, Harriet, you shut up. Now, come on, Ginge.
What?
Let's tiptoe to a table and sort of browse through these blooming books. And be frightfully careful when you turn the pages.
Well, why?
They might rustle. Well, this is useless.
Oh, I say, careful how you toss those books about, old bean. Dear old Claude over there is wagging his finger at you.
Oh, blast Claude. Do you know what? I know the length, breadth, and thickness of every confounded island that's ever come to the surface of the ocean, as well as those that haven't. But I haven't learned a darn thing that'll help us.
Oh, well, never mind, old trout. Keep plugging on. Nil desperandum. The library's open for another hour yet.
What did you say? Nil desperandum? Oh, yes, I remember. Oh, all right. Oh, all these books.
Press on, old boy.
Tell me, how are you going with the magazine?
Oh, well, I found some jolly good pictures of horses here and there, but nothing about islands that interests me.
Anything else that interests you?
No, just baked potatoes.
What is it?
Ginger, we found it. This is it.
What, you clot?
The key to the blooming mystery. Look, it's in this magazine, in an article written by Howard Coleman.
Bertie and Ginger pore over Coleman's magazine article. How does it link with Donald Duck's strange enchanted island? Will this information bring Biggles into the expedition? Don't miss the excitement in the next chapter of The Air Adventures of Biggles.